Alright, the battery had died. I have just changed the batteries. So the spacecraft, we spend a lot of time in the spacecraft doing practices, meditating, doing yoga. I like to get up early in the morning and I start doing my practices like at 2 or 3 a.m. while the other participants are usually still sleeping. Throughout the days we are also do different things. People read books. People are advised to take a book if they want to bring when they come to the retreat. Reading books, doing art. For example, Danielius, the tattoo master, was drawing things. Actually, Danielius did a lot of things. He was making a lot of videos. He was actually posting those videos online on his social channels, and that was a very cool thing for me also to see him sharing our life in the jungle house, in the retreat. So talking about this, yes, you have the internet connection. If you get the mobile internet chip, then you have internet connection. You can go online. You can even post things online. Even being in the virgin jungle, imagine that. You're in the virgin jungle 3 hours away from the closest village, but you have internet connection. That's a miracle. That's very particular and very interesting. But why? It is because we are on the mountain, and therefore you get more connection. And I also said we have an incredible view from the jungle house. Incredible view. This is why also people call it spacecraft, erdvėlaivis in Lithuanian. Spacecraft is because in the night, in ayahuasca ceremonies, yes, you have it's a spacecraft, spiritual spacecraft. But also, if in the night you come out of the house, you have this sky with millions of stars, and you have this incredible view of the sky and the stars and the moon that makes you feel like you are in a space, and it is also something beautiful. What we many times do, like after when ayahuasca ceremony is ending, we go out of the house and we sit on the stones, we sit on the chairs there, and just look into the sky, into the stars, and it is such a profound experience. This is why we call the house spacecraft. We make music, we do music. I have the guitar, I have drum, I have different jungle instruments. You can do many things during those days, and of course spend time by yourself, just sitting, just being with yourself, resting, meditating. You spend a lot of time with yourself, and this is what retreat is. You spend time with yourself. This is what retreat means. You spend time with yourself, which many times is not easy. We are used to, when we feel bad, we like to do something or go online, so that we forget the bad thing, the bad thought, the bad feelings. And this is how people are not used of being with themselves. But retreat means that you are with yourself. And retreats such as the ones I organize gives this opportunity to spend time with yourself. Sometimes it is challenging, sometimes it is hard, You start feeling different emotions. You may feel different emotions, and not always they are the beautiful ones. Sometimes you feel sadness, sometimes you may feel anger, other emotions that are coming up. It's a part of the spiritual process, and also of the plants that we are taking, also of the yogic practices and meditations that you are doing. A part of that process, of that healing process of shamanic and yogic practices and meditation practices, is that you clean yourself from the bad things within yourself. But that cleaning happens when you basically experience that thing yourself as it cleans. You have to face those emotions yourself. You experience them, and therefore this is the most challenging part of the retreat. is basically this encounter that you have with yourself that can bring forth different emotions that you may have not even suspected you had within yourself. Because this intense living in the jungle all alone, drinking those master plants, makes you more sensitive and makes those things come up from deep within so that you can heal. But that whole experience is not necessarily easy. It is not. So spending time with yourself is an important part of the retreat. Is actually the what retreat is you have an encounter with yourself. But also we have an opportunity to spend time with each other, the brothers, the team, and talk. And I found that very healing also. It is like a man encounter. This retreat was like a man encounter, and was also very special to me because my brothers all have shared their own life stories and the difficult parts of it and their pains and their things about their family and even their childhood and the connection they had with their fathers and with their family. A lot of the connections, the talking that we did, me and my brothers, had helped each of us in different ways, helped us open up and share with other people things that are important to us or painful to us is very helpful. And also because, man, I'm amazed at how much we can learn from each other and from the participants, from Danielius, how much I can learn from Danielius, how many things how much I can learn from James. James is a very different being than myself, very different, but from him I can learn what I am not myself and things that I don't know myself, experiences I didn't have myself. Being with him, I'm learning from him. I have this experience with him. Just remembered. So James was a professional boxer, and he has connections to these pro athletes from around the world, and he goes to train with these pro MMA fighters and UFC fighters and boxers. And during the retreat, he said, Mantas, let's go after the retreat. In 2 weeks after the retreat, there is a fight in Las Vegas, United States, and my close friend, he's one of the best fighters of Australia, Tim Tzu, or was it Nikita, and he's fighting in Las Vegas. Let's go together, and we'll be like on his corner. So it was very interesting to me because for different reasons. I was training in boxing also, and in the days when I was training, I was watching the videos of Tzu, which is the father of Tim and Tim Tzu, and now James is inviting me to go and be a corner to this so famous boxer. So it's like I have this opening of the doors to such a different lifestyle and experiences, me as a hermit, as a shaman. To imagine myself going to Las Vegas in this mega big event of boxing fights and being there is like, wow, something I would have never imagined. What I'm saying is that each of the participants so different, and I have learned so much from each of them. From Adi is also so different. Adi is so smart. Well, with Adi also had a very particular connection. Adi reminds me of how I also felt, how I was, especially in my childhood. Myself being less social, feeling less social, less maybe able to express myself, but also a certain spiritual depth that I also share with Adi. We have things also very much in common, and an encounter with him was definitely very special for me in many different ways. In many different ways. I don't want to get into this now. It would all be very personal stories as well. And from Peter I have also learned things. Hearing his story, his life story, made us all think about our lives as well, and how happy, how grateful we should be for our lives and the way we have our lives. Peter had lived some difficult things in his life, of course, but also many things I have learned from Peter. Also listening, such a smart guy. It is good to have people who are smart and intelligent, right? And Peter is one of them, and also a martial artist, and we've been training with Peter. We've been all training in this jungle house. How well can you see me? The sun is shining quite intense behind me. I'm already sweating. Been making these audios for already quite some time. So just talking, being with our team is also an important part of the retreat, because we always can learn things from each other. And this is why it is special for me it is important to me to accept into the group people who are ready for a retreat like this. And also people who come for my retreats, people who are interested in my retreats, are already special people. And this is such a big gift and blessing I have in my life. When I organize retreats, I know that people who are going to be interested, who are already special people. Because not anybody would venture into virgin jungle, live 2 weeks, drink master plants, undergo all of these crazy living, you know. One has to be special to be interested in this kind of real experience. One has to be intense and special, and I would say, yes, powerful and strong within, to courageous to go into such an experience. And this is why for me it is a blessing that I organize retreats and I have so amazing people come to the retreats, so special people come to the retreats. And this is why myself, I learn from the people who come to the retreats. Different things I learn myself. It's a gift to me. It's a big gift to me.